Hello everyone, you're welcome to Yvonne Winifred UG. Today we are making this beautiful handbag. It has a pleat in the middle there as you've seen, and I made it in the legendary Ankara fabric, and I just added some satin, and that is how I made this beautiful bag. It is really beautiful. Just sit around and let's know and see how I made it. So I used two side pieces, and both of these pieces were in the Ankara fabric, and the middle piece, which is going to be our pleat piece, is in the satin piece or satin fabric. And guys, all my fabrics, all my pieces are the same measurements, just 8 inches by 24 inches. But if you want, you can reduce the middle pleat part and make it just 1 inch smaller. But for me, I made everything 8 inches by 24 inches for this handbag. It is kind of a medium size handbag. It's not really big and it's not so small. So this is what I'm going to use, and we need some interfacing. So for the interfacing that I'm going to use, I considered this hard stiff paper is what I'm going to use just to strengthen the bag. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to look for the glitter part of the stiff paper, and I'm going to bring my pieces, and I'm going to make sure that the wrong side of the fabric is facing the glitter side of the stiff paper. And I'm just going to take this to the iron table and iron everything together. And this is what I have after ironing, and I'm just going to cut out my pieces simply just as you see. So these are the cut pieces, and everything is ironed very well. Now next we have to sew. So to start the sewing, I'll join my middle piece, which is the satin piece, to the sides, the Ankara pieces, and then join together with the middle piece by just 1/2 inch. You just sew along with a straight stitch, and this is what I got after. So the satin is in the middle, and guys, after the joining, I made sure I ironed the sewing allowance down. Then on the right side of the fabrics, I just top stitched going down like that, making sure that the sewing allowance is ironed down to very well. So to move on, guys, I'm going to get the middle part of this entire side, or you just get the middle part, the midpoint of this middle piece, which is the satin piece, the one that is in black color. And guys, by the way, you can make your bag in the same colors if that's what you want, or just you do just as I did. So I'm pushing the side piece towards the middle where the midpoint is, and I'm making a pleat. It's kind of an inverted pleat. I'm just pleating just as you see me, simply like this, pushing the side piece towards the middle and making a pleat simply like that. And that is the pleat that we are using for this bag. So this is how it looks like at the other side. And now I'm going to do the same. First I get the midpoint of the middle piece, the satin piece, then push the other side onto that side, onto the midpoint. Guys, I think you're seeing what I'm doing, and I know you're understanding everything. And then pin everything together simply like this. And after, I'll just take this piece to the sewing machine and then tack down the pleated part just there on this side there. So after, this is it, and the pleat is made in the middle. So I've gone ahead off camera and done the same for the lining piece. I'm using the same satin for the lining. Guys, you have to make sure you do the pleating in the middle, because if you don't, the bag will not be matching like this. the facing won't be matching with the main bag. So now guys, for the straps, I've just cut 2 pieces and I've added some interfacing, and the pieces, each piece is 4 inches by 22 inches long, and on either sides I'm going to just fold in half an inch to form the bag straps. I'm going to fold in half an inch like this, and then fold in the middle, and then I'll run a straight stitch on top, just to join the strap together, each strap, that is. So after guys, this is what I have for the straps. And also after tucking down the lining, this is how it looks like. The pleat is tucked down at the sewing machine, that is. So now I want to prepare everything so that we start joining the straps onto the main piece of the bag, and also join the zipper and also the lining. So what I'm doing here is I'm marking 4 inches away from the edges, from each edge I'm marking 4 inches, and that is where I'm going to place my straps of the bag, like this, just in the middle of the marked points. And I'm just going to pin the strap down like this. So whatever I do on this side, I'm going to repeat it on the opposite side. And guys, I think you're seeing that we are placing the straps on the shorter part of the bag. So mark 4 inches, then place the strap just as you see me placing it, in the correct way, like this. And then I'll take this to the sewing machine and sew along the strap, and this is what I have after. So these are our straps. Now I just want to place the zipper on top. So this is the zipper guys. Make sure it looks upside down when you're sewing it, or make sure that the right side of the zipper is facing the right side of the bag. And also do the same even onto the lining. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm placing my zipper right side of the zipper guys, facing the right side of the fabric, or just make sure that the zipper is upside down, simply like that. So after placing one side guys, I'm bringing also the right side of the lining facing the right side of the main piece of the bag. So guys, now I can pin down the lining too, but what you have to make sure is when you're placing your zipper, the way you placed it on one side is the same way you're supposed to place it on the other side. That is, you have to make sure that the measurement you started with at the top as you're placing this zipper is the same that you do on even the other side. So this here has to be the same even the other side, like the same length. So for ease, just measure about half an inch away from the start of the zipper on either side, and then you will just cut out the excess. So making sure at this point that the length that I have on the other side at the start of this zipper is the same that I'm using even on this side. So here you just fold it in like this, then you bring the lining also. After pinning down the zipper from the top to the end, or you can even pin the zipper together with the lining. You pin the zipper first for ease, and then you pin the lining afterwards. But if you're a pro, you can even just pin the zipper only, then you place the lining on top without even pinning it, then you sew along, and then you will have what you want. So this is what I'm doing. I want to make sure that everything is pinned down very well, and I try and see that that is what I want, then take it to the sewing machine, sew along, and this is what I have after sewing. By the way, guys, I don't show the sewing parts of the process just because the video can be really very long, so I just explain. I hope you know how to sew. Yeah, so now this is what I have. I've just flipped to the right side, and now guys, at this point, please go again at the sewing machine and run a top stitch along that zipper, so that the zipper straps and everything is, you know, are sewn properly and, you know, like more firmly. So after that, I will take the bag back to the wrong side and then sew along the sides. And this is it after I've sewn along the sides at the wrong side, guys. And this is what I have. The straps are inside there and everything, so I can now cut off this excess of the zipper. And guys, now next I'm just going to come at the side seam and then do just as you see me doing, like fold in the bag like this, then measure from this tip about 1.5 inches or 2 inches if that's what you want, or if the bag is a little bit bigger. So here I'm marking 1.5 inches, and even this other side I'm going to mark 1.5 inches. Mark that, and then I will sew along that marked line at the sewing machine. I'll sew at that marked line, and if I want, I cut off the excess, but if I don't want, I can even leave that excess inside. So let's go do that. So this is the finished piece after sewing along that 1.5 inch marked line. So I didn't cut off the excess, and I want to neaten the edges, so you can do that. What I simply do is just use a bias tape. I neaten the inside of the bag along that side seam, and also if I cut the excess at the other marked tip, I also neaten that part with a bias tip, or bias tape, guys, sorry. And if you want to serge, you can even also serge, but I usually use a bias tape. And this is the finished bag, guys. It is now really finished. So now I'm trying to make sure that the plate is formed very well, like everything is in its place, and the bag is now finished. Trying some things out, you know, you see, you just zip it up and, you know, there's still more space. That is how beautifully the bag came out. So if you've loved this video, please give me a like and also subscribe to Yvonne Winifred UG. Bye.